As we reach the top of the hour and open up our session. If you're with us already, you'll see here on your screen, you've reached the Columbia Engineering Executive Education Program here in Construction Finance Management. And throughout our time together, we're going to be covering two key themes about this program. Firstly, we're going to be diving into the content. So you're going to get that deep dive understanding about the curriculum, the learning objectives, who this program was designed for, and what you can expect to know by the time you complete this 12-module program. The other thing we're going to be talking about here today is how is that learning delivered? So what is that day-to-day learning experience like? What can you expect from those interactive components here in the program? So we're going to be taking you through both of these areas here over the course of this next hour together. On the next slide here, I'm going to be introducing our keynote speakers. I can't wait to hand that spotlight over to your program faculty who designed this program and is here to tell us all about it. We'll learn more about Columbia Engineering from our colleague here from Columbia, who's here to tell us more about this broader ecosystem, this broader community that you'll be joining here. You'll get to know your program faculty a little bit more deeply. And then from there, that course overview, that's the bulk of what we're going to be doing here today, learning more about this program directly from the designer of the course, from your program faculty. From there, we'll talk about the learning experience, some of those more experiential or tactical components of the program. What is that day-to-day experience like? What can you expect in terms of the support that you receive, that level of synchronous versus asynchronous learning? We're going to talk all about that during the learning experience portion. And then finally, as promised, we're going to get to all of your questions there towards the end. So with that, I am now have the honor and privilege of introducing our keynote speakers here today. I warmly invite into the spotlight, first and foremost, our professor of this program, Professor Ibrahim O'Day. He's a senior lecturer of civil engineering and engineering mechanics at Columbia Engineering, as well as the founding director of the Global Leaders in Construction Management, the GLCM. Professor O'Day, would you like to jump in and greet our participants today?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Marie, for this wonderful introduction.
Thank you, Professor O'Day. We're going to hand over the spotlight here in just a moment to Professor O'Day. But firstly, I have the great honor of also introducing Jade Quintero. She's here from the admissions office. She's an officer at the Columbia Video Network, which partners with Columbia Engineering here. She's going to help describe this broader community that you're joining here. So Jade, I'm going to invite you in for the next portion of our time together. Thank you as well for being here. Over to you.
Thank you, Marie. So yes, like Marie said, I'm an admissions officer at Columbia Video Network. So I help support all of our executive education offerings and work with all of our professors like Professor O'Day to help create some of our certificate courses. So just for some context, Columbia Video Network, we are the online component of the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. So we work with all of our faculty members to make sure that our wonderful curriculum and all of our great learning gets put online and gets put to students all around the world. And today I'm going to be running us through a little bit about Columbia Engineering, just so you kind of know, like Marie said, the ecosystem, what our environment is here. So Columbia Engineering was founded in 1864, originally as a school of mining, and we only had courses in mining and metallurgy. But since then we've grown. We now have 9 academic departments, over 1,500 undergraduate students and over 2,000 graduate students. And we have our departments range across all of engineering, from computer science, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, like Professor O'Day's department, and everything in between. And we remain committed to pushing the frontiers of knowledge and also innovation and entrepreneurship, as we've created over 30 startups in the past 5 years. And all of our incredible faculty and our students have helped keep us at the top of our game and keep us as leaders in technological and social progress, with now our faculty having won at least 10 Nobel Prizes in physics, chemistry, medicine, and economics. So like I said, here we are here to help support. So we work with Professor O'Day to help create the curriculum and then make sure that in tandem with our partners at Emeritus, make sure everything goes smoothly and that you all get the best learning experience you possibly can. So that's a little bit about us over here. I will be here in the background if you have any questions towards the end about Columbia Engineering, about our partnership, or you just want to learn more. about Columbia Video Network or any other programs that we have, you can always ask me. But with that, I don't want to take up too much time. Want to hand it back to Marie so we can get to the star of the show, Professor O'Day.
Thank you so much, Jade. Thank you for being here, telling us more about Columbia Engineering. And I always appreciate the focus here on that tradition of innovation, really helping you to take your ideas, to take your learning and make that transformational change within your industry, within your organization. And certainly that's how this program is designed. It's designed to do just that, to give industry professionals the tools and skills that they need in order to build a career in construction and development. So being able to finish a project on time and on budget and be able to do that in innovative ways. And so that's what this course will help you to do. It'll help you broaden that toolkit so that you're free to really make those transformations and really have that entrepreneurial, that innovative mindset as you approach key challenges here. So this course is ideal for finance professionals who are in construction, real estate, civil engineering, looking to learn about different aspects of financing and estimation. If you're a project manager, I heard here in the chat, a few folks are project managers here already in construction, looking to understand the different aspects of financing a project. So it sort of goes in both directions there, really learning those financial components, but also learning those project management skills as well, being able to predict and mitigate financial risks to ensure projects are completed on time and on budget. I said on time and on budget is a key tag that you'll hear again and again here. If you're a construction engineer, a manager looking to build your career, better understand these larger frameworks for handling finance management, and also learn the fundamentals of budgeting and cost estimation. Investors are really looking to gain that understanding of financing within the sector in order to help their clients. If you're a founder, a senior executive of a construction or a real estate firm, and you want to understand the financial aspects, all of this material here has been designed really to suit the needs of this particular group here. Certainly, if you have any questions about program fit, though, this is a topic we're going to be coming back into throughout our session as we illuminate some of the learnings here. We're going to also talk through how that's going to help you within your professional lives. So with that, I am now going to hand over the spotlight here to Ibrahim O'Day, our professor, the designer of this program. He's here to tell us all about the program. You can see his research focuses on assisting construction firms with strategic management assignments in areas related to strategy and business development, finance included here, infrastructure and construction market analysis, market entry strategy, and trends affecting the future of the construction market. So the result of his work has helped companies all across the globe with decision-making processes to really enter new geographical locations, expand to new markets, build new units within the same institutions, and differentiate firms during the pre-bidding process on mega projects. So a lot in store here as you think about this industry expertise, this research, this knowledge that's really been brought together in this program and provided to all of you from the comfort of your own home. So very, very honored to have Professor O'Day here with us today, and certainly honored to be learning more from you about this program. I now warmly invite into the spotlight Professor O'Day for our course overview. Thanks again for being here. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Marie. This is a fantastic introduction. I'm very looking forward to speak and tell you more about this class or this certificate. And before I dig deeper into this, I would like to present a little bit about my background in addition to what Marie mentioned. I did join Columbia University almost now 12 years ago. As she said, my area since then, especially in the last, let's say, 9 years, a couple of years after I joined Columbia, involved in the broader terminology of strategy management. And what's that mean? I assist companies with some trends that reshaping the way we do business, especially technology and digital solutions trends. And what's that mean for the company operation, both as a corporate level and in a project level. And at the same time, in the last 6 or 7 years after I joined the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, we kickstarted a project focusing on studying the future of the construction industry. Since then, my team here within what I refer to them as GLCM, the name of my team, Global Leaders for Construction Management, They work with me on tons of projects in the last 7 or 8 years, along with companies, with executives from companies, to identify a specific technological area that impacting the industry and impacting their businesses. So it is not just like to benefit the company itself, but also to benefit the industry as a whole. We worked on topics related to how to build the right digital transformation strategy for companies. We looked at topics to understand the digital landscape of the entire industry from both the engineering and the construction world. We looked at areas related to specific technological trends such as 3D printing, uses of drones in construction, innovative ideas or innovative methodologies like modularization and prefabrication. We also looked at the use of big data and data analytics in construction. What is the role of AI and machine learning, as well as the rising use of robotics, AR and VR, and so on. So I'm very excited about this area. And in the last 4 years, I started to get invited, in addition to being on an advisory board for well-established firms, construction firms, I also got invited to join startup community. So rising startup came to me, asked for advice, and kindly asked me if I can join them on an advisory board, which I start to accept this to help them to formulate the product, the service, as well as to understand if there is a market for it. Of course, with all what I'm saying now, it has the financial component to all of it. And that's why, in my humble suggestion and work here, I highly believe the financial element in any project, either in construction or outside construction, is a crucial component or a crucial subject to understand and to learn in your career development. My learners globally and within Columbia University here, they keep asking me how to keep up to date with what you are working on, you and the team. I currently have in my team around 22 people, from graduate as well as executives from the industry. And I created this code. If you can scan it from your phone, it will take you to a form. You can just like fill the form and you will be getting more information from me and my team. Of course, you can also go to our website at glcm.info to know more about these projects, or follow us on LinkedIn on the GLCM LinkedIn page or my page. With that being said, let's jump into the certificate, and let me take this a chance to tell you a little bit more about what you're going to go through from for 12 weeks. The construction, let me start with this introduction, which is the construction industry as a whole matters for the entire global economy. Our industry spending account for 13%, or sometimes actually now jumping to 14% of the world's GDP. As we can see in some facts and data from this slide, we keep seeing an increase in spending in our industry. Also, the industry needs to work collaboratively to address that trend in the population growth that's happening all around us in different metropolitan areas, geographical locations, and so on. Also, if you noticed, and we looked at it very carefully from my team, after the pandemic, we started to see a decent growth in construction spending for this year especially, and end of last year, and it is expected to grow for the coming years more and more. So it is important with the rise of such activities to understand how to deal with the money component, the financial component of any construction project, either a vertical construction from residential, commercial, skyscrapers, so on, or combination, all the way to infrastructure, the horizontal component, roads and highways, bridges, even social infrastructure like airports. And it is important also to have the right knowledge to deal with the project costs estimate, the monitor of the project cash flow, and to predict and mitigate financial risks in your project. And why is that? Because we need to ensure you are able to stay within your budget and meet the delivery timelines of your project components that you are working on. So this is going to be a 12-week course. It will give you the opportunity to better understand how to estimate and control your cost in your project, and from also performing a quantity take-off exercise to tracking project cost using and learn how to implement the earned value methodology, the EVM, which we're going to touch base on it in the next few slides, as well as understand cash flows diagrams. And it will help you also in determining the profitability of the construction project. Of course, last but not least, it helped such certificate and such educational journey, I call it, to both identify and mitigate financial risks involved in any construction project you're involved in, as well as use the common and really valuable decision tree analysis method to evaluate the viability of your projects. So let's dig deeper then on each of the 12 modules that you will be going through in these 12 weeks. The first module, usually on all my certificates, either or my classes here at Columbia or outside Columbia, we provide an intro, like to give you the framework, what you expect to see in the journey, educational journey in the 12 weeks. So we discuss about the construction cost estimate, some definitions, what's the cost management is all about, and why it is important. After we highlight these terminologies and this basics and the fundamentals of module number 1, we will go and dig then deeper right away in module number 2 with how to calculate materials, how to calculate the cost of the materials like concrete, like steel, and so on. And we refer to it as quantity take-off. And not just also the quantity take-off we touch base on in module 2, we also highlight the measurements. So you have the calculations and they do the quantity take-off before you start the project, and then the measurements of the actual materials being used on site. Of course, we look at materials, we look at the machines, and we look at the people element of the projects. And also we look at how to price these materials and the equipment's costs, as well as the workers and the labor costs. Then in module number 3, we dig deeper into the how to build an estimate and how to understand the financial stages of specifically the construction phase of the project, because you have the entire life cycle of the project from when you start an idea to build the project, pre-design, design, construction phase, operational and maintenance, all the way to demolition of the project years after that. So in module number 3, all about how to build the estimate. Then we shift into module number 4. After you building the estimate, we show you in module number 3, we tell you how to control the cost that you generated and the budget you came up with from the estimate, and how to tell if you are ahead of budget or behind budget or below budget. And even we touch base in the time component by using also the earned value method on module number 4. So the same method can be utilized in the costs, the financial aspect, and the time, and how it is both related with each other to understand if you are also ahead of schedule or behind schedule, and how to link also that with the budget of your spending in the project. And we touch base towards the end of that module on how to close out the project, and what's that mean by introducing to you the project punch list, and what's the definition of that during that module. In the module number 5, we dig deeper to help you understand how to manage cash flows of your project by introducing and using 2 different account methods, and that will help you to understand the payment cycles within the project that you are involved in. Then all what I'm highlighting here, it goes under the level of a project. Now, we start to see and notice, based on our studies in the last decade, that projects are becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, which turns to what we call programs. So the program itself has tons of projects underneath it. And we touched base on module number 6, how to do a cost estimating for an entire program that has tons of projects within that program. And because we are talking about the trends, that's the first section in module number 6 about how to do program cost estimating. Then the second section in module number 6, also another trend that's rising is the use of technology, as I mentioned in my introduction in my bio. With the use of technology, we will highlight to you a couple of technological trends that have been utilized in the cost estimation element for construction projects. Then we will shift to, this is the first 6 modules, the first half of the certificate. We go to the second half of the certificate. We start with something also new. We give another introduction with the fundamentals of the mathematics of money. Sometimes we refer to it as the time value of money. We start by crucial components for you to understand that will build on it for the following last modules at the end of this course. We start by calculate and show you the differences of the type of interest rate. We highlight how to create cash flow diagrams that we touch base on it briefly on module number 5, but now we will learn how to build it. And then we will dig deeper on understanding a couple of calculations that are crucial and fundamentals in this class to teach you how to calculate uniform series and what's that mean in our project. And the famous NPV, the net present value, and the utilization of net present value in construction and even outside the construction. It is a very powerful module that will build on it many other modules for later, here and outside, from my humble opinion. And of course, we touch base on something very important and crucial to understand, which is IRR, the internal rate of return, and the definition with examples. In module number 8, then we will dig deeper by utilizing module number 7 into the real estate finance for development projects. And we will start by how to introduce to you the feasibility study. What's the feasibility study mean and how we use it in development projects, and to introduce to you 3 ways to compare sales price, the gain, and the return on your investment, the ROI. And we then jump to the last 4 modules in our certificate. In module number 9, we dig deeper into financial plans. In financial plans, we show you the different in construction loans that are available for you. And also, as I mentioned in module number 7, how to utilize the NPV, the net present value, to apply it and how it is applicable and the applications of it between the lender and the sponsor of the development project. Then you will understand from that module the general idea of the financial plans from these concepts. Then we dig deeper after that in module number 10 from the financial plans to introduce to you the decision tree analysis. The decision tree analysis, it helps all of us to make the right decisions based on results that are coming from that method or that tool, and to leverage them into your decision-making process within the project. Then in module number 11, we dig deeper into an important point, which is the risk in project financing. We understand who are the various stakeholders in our project and what financial risks that are exposed to each one from those stakeholders, and how even we dig deeper into how even the borrowing will impact the role of each one of the stakeholders in the project from a risk point of view. Last thing, we will summarize everything in the module number 12, but more important, we also introduce another trend, keep rising, that highlight under the lean theory. We introduce the lean theory, but dig deeper. Of course, lean theory has different applications. One of them is how lean been applied to cost estimating and construction finance. And then we learn several methods the methods that can play a role to identify the mitigating risks. So we identify the risk and mitigating the risk, but from the aspects of the lean thinking, how the lean theory is helping with the risk element, as well as the construction cost estimation or the construction finance element. With that being said, this is the journey I took you through on what to expect every single week from the 12 weeks from these 12 modules. I will still be here to answer any questions and looking forward to know you in person. Marie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Professor O'Day. An absolute honor learning more about this program. Certainly a lot in store as you think about those learning outcomes. And really, you can see, the way in which this course was designed to give you that comprehensive scope. It's 12 modules. Really thinking about the length of the program is one of the things that goes into the design, like how much curriculum is really needed here. How long should the program be? And in this particular case, we really wanted to provide you with that full scope, as we talked about in those learning objectives, of really being able to understand, learn, discover, calculate, analyze, really be able to do all of these things so you can bring to life your learning. And that's one of the things in this program that we really help you to do. So that's what we're going to dive into next, that learning experience. What does that look like across these 12 weeks? How are we bringing that learning to life? But certainly the learning experience is a big part of what we're proud to share with you about this program. It's really designed for full-time working professionals to work alongside you, to really help you to learn as you go in a fully immersive environment. So the first thing to know really about the platform itself is that it's a user-friendly platform, and it's one that you can access on the go. So you can access it on your mobile device, on your tablet. We have an app that we use where you can take part in all of the videos, discussions, any of the activities that we describe here. You'll be able to do this on the go from a smartphone or a tablet. You'll have access to the program for an entire year. So it's a 12-module program, but you can touch into all of the videos, the discussions, the assignments, the frameworks, all of the things that you're collecting along those 12 weeks. You're going to be able to touch back into those across an entire year. So after you're done with that 12 module program and you get your certificate of completion and you're out there advancing these goals, professional goals, and advancing your career, you're going to have that access into the platform to really draw upon in those early months on the job. The other thing to note about the program, so we're talking about these convenience factors, right? So it's accessible on the go. You're able to access the material for a full year. The other part about the way in which this program is designed to be convenient is it's a blend of asynchronous and synchronous learning. And what that means, these asynchronous components, many of those are listed here for you on the slide. Videos, these are on-demand videos. Asynchronous meaning you can watch them again and again on demand around a schedule that works for you. So as you're thinking about your learning, you're really watching these brief 5 to 7 minute video segments where you're understanding new concepts, new methodologies and frameworks. You can watch those again. And when you're ready, you can step away from those learnings and fully immerse yourself in an environment that allows you to bring those concepts to life through exercises, discussion boards with your peers, assignments, real world examples, really helping to solidify your learning. So that's what we mean when we say a fully immersive learning environment. You're learning brief segments, you're applying that, you're seeing that come to life, you're understanding that really well before moving on to the next set of concepts. We call that bite-sized learning. It's a pedagogical approach that gives you the highest level of convenience, really being able to design a schedule that works for you. A lot of the content here is asynchronous, but you're going through that same set of content with a group of peers. So as we think about the convenience, I think the other part of the program learning experience is the interaction. So those are the two words I really think about when I think about this program. It's highly convenient, but it's highly interactive at the same time. So that set of content that you're going through, your peers are all going through that in real time with you. So a new set of content is released at the top of every week, and you and your peers are making your way through that set together. So you're able to learn from one another as well. As you see these concepts coming to life on your projects, in your industry, in your geography, you're getting that broadened scope of understanding, that full spectrum as you see these same concepts come to life for your peers. So we build in a lot of interactive opportunities for you. In addition, there are 3 live webinars with faculty. So this is a chance for you to continue learning here throughout your time in the program in a live format. We do believe having those opportunities to come in, get your questions answered in real time, and really learn in a live in a live fashion from faculty. Faculty are coming into this program to talk to you as a cohort. So these are not pre-recorded, but they're really looking at your questions. They're looking at where you're at, and they're coming in and inviting you into this reciprocal learning environment where you really are driving part of that experience. So these live webinars are really crucial to your learning as well. A chance for you to have that interactive experience. All along the way, you have program leaders. Program leaders are at the helm of your day-to-day experience. So they are giving you individualized feedback on your assignment. These assignments here, these 14 assignments that you're submitting, you're getting that detailed feedback from your program leader. So you're not just submitting them to the cloud for completion, but they really are part of your learning. That evaluative process is part of helping to drive your thinking and then really engage you fully into the concepts here. So you have program leaders, they're giving you that feedback on your assignments. They're also hosting office hours. Office hours weekly. This is a chance for you to turn on your audio, your video, get your questions answered, get additional resources. If you have a niche area of interest you'd like to explore further, come to office hours, talk to your program leader. There's a lot of variety in this program, and there's a lot of flexibility in this program. So no two cohorts are alike. You are the driver of this reciprocal learning environment. You're getting to know your peers, and those office hours are a crucial time for you to really bring your insights as well as your questions. So a lot of support in this program. From what Jay described with Columbia Video Networking, Columbia Engineering, this broader community, you have your course faculty here at the helm of your learning coming into the program for these live sessions. You have your program leaders, industry experts helping to support your learning every step of the way. And all of this with a 24/7 program support team for any of your technical needs. The platform is comprehensive. It will contain everything that you need. So it's user-friendly, convenient, highly interactive, and it's going to give you a full learning experience, including building those professional networks. So one of the big returns on your investment is a chance to broaden out your professional network. As soon as you enter this program, you're gaining peers and colleagues from across the globe. You're also working towards this certificate here. It's a chance to earn a credential here from Columbia Executive Education, Columbia Engineering Executive Education. You'll see here it's signed by the Senior Academic Dean and the Academic Director. This is something you can put on your social media account, and it really it gives you that credential, but it formalizes your training. It formalizes your expertise in this area of construction finance management. And certainly, if you're looking to springboard into a career switch or into a leadership role or a career advancement opportunity, I'm certainly having a credential here that showcases your learning is going to help you go a long way in doing that. So these are the big returns on your investment. You have your learning, that broadened toolkit that you'll be able to apply. You have your certificate of completion. You have that broadened professional network, a lot of relationships that you've gained throughout your time here in the program. This is our last and final slide. And now is the time where we want to give you the information on how you can get connected directly with a program advisor. So we invite you to open up your chat. If you haven't done so already, you'll see there's a link there where you can apply for the program. If you click on the link there in the chat box, it's going to take you over to our course enrollment page here, which looks very similar to what you see on your screen. If you click on that blue Apply Now button, it will invite you to download the full course brochure where you'll see all the details we've covered here today and much, much more. So you'll get that full scope there in that course brochure. You'll also have a chance to schedule a one-on-one appointment with an advisor. So click on that link there. Once you're onto the landing page, click the Apply Now button. You'll put in your name and your email address. You'll get the course brochure as well as that scheduling link where you can select a time that works for you to meet with an advisor. Our advisors are the experts when it comes to all of the logistics for the program. So you'll see the program begins here just around the corner. It's coming up quickly. It's a 3-month program. We estimate 4 to 6 hours per week. So as you're looking across those 3 months, you're really looking to identify that 4 to 6 hours within your schedule that works for you to devote to the program here. But as you think of other logistical questions, when are those live faculty webinars? I want to get them on my calendar, make sure I'm there. Your program advisors are going to be able to send you those calendar holds, answer any of those logistical questions, help you out with any of the registration and enrollment features. So perhaps you're wondering, are there flexible payment options, special group enrollment pricing? They're going to be able to help describe those various financing options for you, and certainly help with any policy questions you have. How do I complete the program? What happens if I'm late with an assignment? how do I earn that certificate of completion? They really are the experts in all of those areas. So certainly get connected there with an advisor if you haven't done so already, using the link there in your chat. So a lot of opportunity here for you to reach out and get that support and help that you need. So we're nearing the end of our time here together. We want to go ahead and open up the floor to help answer your questions. So do let us know what's on your mind and what we can do to help support your learning throughout the rest of our time together. Professor Ade, maybe I'll start off with a question. So this construction finance management for folks who have, no financial background. We often get this question about experience in this program. What level of prerequisite knowledge or prerequisite professional experience should folks have before joining this program? Or is this program really designed for someone who maybe doesn't have that financial background already? So what would you say in that range of prerequisite knowledge and experience? What's the sweet spot for this program?
Good question. There is no need for prior knowledge of finance for sure. Confidently, I say that because we go through the first section to explain the idea of a cost management. So it's all about specifically focused on the construction nature of how to do a measurement of the material being used, how to deal with the laborers or the workers being in the project, from wages, from the cost, dealing with that. And the third component, which is the equipment and the machinery being utilized in the projects. All this need a knowledge and the common sense of what is the construction I'm involved in. Now, when you go to the second half, we give the fundamentals. We give the mathematics of money or the time value of money fundamentals of step-by-step introduction to interest rates. After that, what does the uniform series mean, which is one of the main components, NPV, net present value, future value, all the way to the IRR. Then we don't dig deeper into being an expert in financial management. We dig deeper into the construction finance element, how to utilize these concepts, fundamentals that we introduced in module number 7, as I recall, to the other modules, how these fundamentals are used in the construction. Of course, such fundamentals can be used almost everywhere in any industry. So I confidently say, no, you don't need to have a financial background, very solid financial background to be able to understand or go through the journey of this certificate.
And what about that industry background? Because that's an interesting question we often get from folks. Even here in the chat, yes. We have Marina, who's from, looks like she's already working on construction projects, but she's more in that project management. It sounds like she's going to get that financial acumen that she needs here in the program. Angela is sharing, she's a manufacturing company. So what if you don't have any background in construction? Does it go in the other direction as well?
My humble experience, most of those who are interested in construction finance, it's because they are connected with the construction world. If you are not connected with the construction world, I don't see any learners that want to do construction finance. They at least understand construction. Again, you don't need to be in tons of years in construction. Sometimes, literally, I have some learners who took a job. They're working, let's say, in pharmaceutical industry or whatever industry that you can name, and all of a sudden they are involved in renovating their house, or they're building a house from scratch and working with the workers, with the contractor, with the engineer, and then they start to share with them some financial elements. To that level, just like fundamental levels of, oh yeah, that's construction. This is how we are building the house. I need to understand some interesting elements about how to understand costs, how to deal with costs. And when they're telling me, yeah, we are ahead of the budget or above budget or below budget, oh, now I understand what they are talking about. That will fit them, even if they have that minor knowledge of the construction of a house, not necessarily of a skyscraper or a bridge or an airport, because the fundamentals we are teaching in the 12-week will be easily implemented of any nature of a project that you can be involved in, whatever is the size, whatever is the location. Because again, from Colombia side, we are proud from Columbia University side. We are proud educators of how to learn methodologies, fundamentals, and that will build you in getting into any industry that you are in within that program you are in here. But again, let me wrap it up, Marie, with from my experience so far. Anyone jump into the construction finance, they come from a construction background in a way or another. Now, to add to that, there is another program that we are also running at Emeritus, more focusing on the construction project management in general. That for those who, you know what, I took this experience, I have some interest in construction, I'm hearing a lot about it, but I want to dig deeper. Can I go through construction finance? No, you cannot. You have to go into the construction project management first to understand the basics, to understand the trends, to understand the scheduling technique, the planning technique. And then after you finish that certificate, then you can go to the construction finance to dig deeper into the money, the dollar sign in the financial component here in the projects.
Thank you for making that distinction. That's really helpful, particularly for students who are trying to decide, what is the right program for me, given where I'm at professionally and where I want to go. I love, firstly, how you said that the tools, the methodologies that are applied in this program, just as with other programs at Columbia Engineering, as part of that sort of call to action, that cross-disciplinary approach to learning, that's transformative. Those tools, those methodologies, that toolkit that you're building in this program are applicable across in other areas as well. So you have those real-world examples you'll be covering in this program, and a big reason why is so that you can see how these tools are applied in a multiple different kinds of ways across different types of projects and industries. So as you're thinking about making real world application in your own professional lives and your own personal lives, you'll have those tools that you can apply in lots of different areas. So I like that there's that cross-disciplinary approach. I like that the methodologies are really broadly applicable across many different areas. And certainly that there are other opportunities for your learning here if you want to dive more into that project management side before you dive into finance.
And one major thing I need to highlight also while we go back to the questions would be our teaching philosophy of our classes here, at least my and Professor Ode and my team, is at Columbia and outside Columbia, with Emeritus as well, because I'm not discriminating. I want the same knowledge, the same methodology, or the teaching philosophy. I always involve industry in my classes. That's important for me because I love to bridge between theory and practice. A lot of my students, they go through the theoretical aspect, and I don't want them to be surprised when they go to the fields. Like, oh yeah, but how to implement that in the field? So can you show me case studies? So what you're gonna experience in the 12 weeks that I went through here, as well as in the construction project management certificate I just mentioned a minute ago, I involve practitioners in the fields that I presented in those slides to present with me. So you will not just see me presenting these topics. It will be a combination between myself as well as different industry practitioners who've done this work over and over and over, not just from reading it in books and materials, but no, they've done it in the field, and they share their knowledge from a practical experience to you in this educational journey.
And that's a huge asset here to your learning, is getting that multiple view perspective. Like Professor O'Day said, not just him here at the helm of your learning, but this entire, broader ecosystem that we talk about here at Columbia. Other expert voices being brought in. Your program leaders are industry experts with real hands-on experience doing finance management in industry. So you have those experts both within these live sessions with faculty, during office hours, and throughout every step of your learning. So a lot of support as you think about working your way through these 12 modules here, and a lot of opportunity for you to dive into those niche areas of interest. This is not a MOOC. This is not a massive open online course where you're simply digesting information, but this is a highly specialized and reciprocal relationship-based program. So you're going to be coming in with your interest, with your project projects, with your goals, and really being able to see that come to life together with your cohort in real time is a big part of your learning. So you're going to have that support that you need. And you're also going to be able to explore within this program your interests. So as you're thinking about which program is right for me, what are some of the other program offerings, certainly get connected there with an advisor. They're going to be able to tell you everything you need to know, the difference in duration, start times for these programs, other components that you'll be thinking about in terms of your background, which program is really right for you. That's why our advisors are here. They want to be able to give you that one-on-one mentorship and support. So certainly get connected there with an advisor as you think about next steps in your own educational journey. I don't know, Professor Dave, you saw it here as she is working on a very exciting project. It sounds like she's got a $200 million construction project under her belt. She's going to be taking the project management course together with the finance course. Really just sounds like a streamlining your learning as you prepare for this incredible project that you're managing, where you'll be handling cash flow, forecasting, along with implementing the cost controls. So as you think about your peer network, these are the types of folks who are coming together, who are going to be in the room learning with you. Professor Ade, did you see that there in the chat? Any advice that you'd like to give her as she heads out on this big journey of across both of these programs and on this new project? Any special advice?
For everyone from the learners, and even my students here at Columbia, I keep telling them, continue learning. Like don't stop by just like one certificate or one class. No, I'm happy that to see those who are joining us on these certificates, because that's what I'm trying to summarize over and over and over. When you finish from a degree or a certificate, the changes that are happening in our industry is just like exponential from globally, not just in the US. And from the technology aspect is a key. So if you can, right after this, to dig deeper and always be curious to learn more information from what other new, let's say, softwares coming, or how can a specific technology can help me to increase productivity on the site, or how to help me better not missing any numbers. Or one main topic that dear to my heart is how can I benefit from all the data, financial data that I'm collecting, to leverage on it over and over. We will not talk about big data analytics in this class, but this is an example how to keep learning and how to keep adding the blocks of knowledge over each other until you have a really solid experience and ready for any changes in the market that are happening faster than can we imagine.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about this program too. It's live, it's in real time, it's going to be current, it's going to be relevant, and you're going to get that cutting edge knowledge and support that you need, because this isn't just a sort of a MOOC or, a course that's been put out there. Yeah, you get that sort of current trend as well.
It's a very good point what Marie just mentioned, because the live sessions that just mentioned after my part of the presentation that Marie highlighted, it's a section in this 12 weeks that help us as your teacher to identify other trends or case studies, live, updated, to come towards you to introduce it in these live sessions. And that will also help you to interact even with those live sessions presentations. So I'm very excited for you to go through this journey.
One last question. As she talked about this course being able to help her with her reporting, tools and technologies, how deeply do we dive into the technical side? So we talk about these frameworks, these tools that allow you to apply again and again. How deep do we go in terms of the technical components of pulling these details together?
Good question. It's just like from an introduction level. We will not dig deeper into it to the level that you will master it, but it will dig into it in a way to, oh yeah, that's what it does. This is a specific technology. Okay, let me dig deeper myself. Let me read more about it. Some of these technologies from the companies that provide the software or technology, sometimes, not all of the time, they provide also an educational process for their tools, for their services that you can use later in your project. I cannot name any names from top of my head, but we will go through rising technological trends and some examples how to utilize them, but you will not master them. What we trying to teach you and master the construction finance knowledge and some of the critical tools, again, from the fundamentals aspect. Because once you understand the fundamentals, you will understand how these softwares that keep coming over and over towards us, how they build them based on the fundamentals that you're going to learn in this course.
Yeah, you really have that survey level exposure. And I think if I were to describe what a high quality educational experience it is, it's exposure together with support. And you have that in this program. You're going to get exposure to those tools, those technologies. You're going to understand what they do, have that surface level or survey level understanding of the available resources. And then from there, that support from your program leaders, your peers, really identifying for your projects, for your work, where to dive deeper, where the next steps are for you. So as you think about what Professor O'Day advised, keep learning, keep continuing to build those learning blocks. A big part of this program is helping you not only to learn within this program, but to understand where to go next. So after you're done here with the program, really having that understanding of a direction on what's next for your educational journey. So a lot in store here in this program. It was designed very thoughtfully here from a whole team, from the Columbia Video Network to Columbia Engineering to Professor O'Day, his colleagues, guest speakers, program leaders, a lot of us here at Emeritus as well, helping to deliver an experiential learning platform that's going to give you the very best possible experience. So thank you to all of you for being here with us, especially to you, Professor O'Day. Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave us with here as we close out our time together?
No, I try to put all the advice within my answering the questions, but just like always be curious, always be involved, not just in your project, but also be involved with the outside community within the construction and the construction finance. If that's the area you will want to dig deeper into, there is many platforms that keep coming towards us, especially of understanding the trends in a specific area. If you don't keep curious, learning such trends, you don't want to be in a position that everyone in the industry pass you while you are still over and over in a specific element. You have to be even not from a corporate, but also as a person, as agile and adaptive as you can within your career development. All the best. Be safe also. If you are coming to New York anytime in the near future, feel free to stop by our campus, say hi. Again, connect with me on LinkedIn if you like. We would like to know my learners and students all the time. Absolutely. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Professor O'Day. An absolute honor learning from you about this program here today. And to all of you who've joined in from across the globe, thank you for being here as well. Welcome to this online community. We hope you'll join us in the program, in one of our programs here at Columbia Engineering, but certainly this one here coming just around the corner. Get connected there with an advisor. If you haven't done so already, they're here and waiting to hear from you. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and close out today's session. Thank you all again for being here. We sign off with a heartfelt good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day to all of you from around the globe. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.